Hi guys, again it's B. So today I'm going to do another strong sequence for the upper body and the legs. Before that sequence, I've done about 30 minutes of upper body stretch. So I prepare myself, warming up the wrist, opening slightly around the shoulders as well. And I've done some stretch around my legs and my hips, so you can see that in all the other YouTube sequence I've recorded. So let's jump in straight in. Let's come into all fours to start with. All fours, I like it before I move into my flow, just that I can give a nice flow into the spine, but it also helped me to connect and ground myself into the breath. Just remembering that we're moving to the melody of the breath. So as I inhale, I bring the sitting bones up towards the sky and the chest, opening the chest towards the front, and as I exhale, gently curve the back, bringing the sitting bones down towards the heels. Okay, here now I'm going to bring my hips towards my heels. Don't hesitate to open the knees wider depending on the size of your legs, if you need a bit more space as well around your belly. And you're going to walk one hand after one another away from your body. Yeah, and then see if you can bring the forehead down, see how it feels. Okay, so here you probably feel the nice stretch around the arms already, but also side of the body. Taking another 2 breaths, don't hesitate to close the eyes. My hands are quite firm into the floor. Okay, and then just come and sit onto my toes. We're going to go into a toe squat. Let's not forget about warming up and sending some warmth and energy into the toes. Okay. Right, so let's move into a first downward dog. So press into my hands, then I lift the knees off the floor and start to shift the weight from the hips. So here the action is going to come from the hips and from the core. As I exhale, I bring the hips towards the back and up towards the sky. So as you move slowly, then you feel nicely how that allow to stretch the arms, to get them slightly engaged as well. And also if you keep the knees bent to start with, so then you can gently feel that nice tilt into the hip, so you keep that nice length in the spine, yeah? See if you can flex the toes a little bit, so really depending on your flexibility, don't hesitate to keep your knees bent. Then you can bend one at a time and then pressing down into the opposite heel to feel a nice stretch in the back of the leg. Yes. Alright. Are we ready? So here, the first one we're going to do, we're going to move down into chaturanga. It's called a 4-limb stick pose. It means that you want your body to be like a stick, so it's engaged, it's strong, yet relaxed. So you should be able to either count out loud or smile into that posture. So I inhale here. As soon as I exhale and I start to shift the weight towards the front, I start to bend the elbows. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I point the toes. I do it super slow for you so you can see here. I point the toes and I re-engage the legs slightly, the glutes, the inner thighs, perineum, transverse. I open the chest, lift the chest, and then extend the arms, and eventually I look up slightly, but I feel a nice tension in the front, because of course we're stretching the front of the body, but I don't feel compression in the lower back, which I want to avoid in my lower back. So I'm engaging the glutes, and then it's on the exhalation that the action is going to come from the hips, but also from the transverse, from the core. Oh, as I exhale, I can feel right behind the belly button going towards the back, lifting me up and back. Again, strong body so that you don't go at all into the spine. Okay, let's do one more, a slow one. So when you move slowly as well, you can't escape sensations. You need to be accurate, you need to know the technique, you need to know your body. And it also great to connect with the weakness in the body. So if you go into chaturanga and you feel that you're collapsing into the shoulders, it might be that you lack strength in the upper body. If you feel that as well, the belly is collapsing down onto the floor, it might be that you need to work more onto the core. It's very important so that on the long term, you don't do any damage whatsoever onto your spine. Okay, so inhale here. As I exhale, start to shift the weight towards the front already. Bend the elbows, and I'm strong but soft and relaxed, especially in the face. Inhale, engage the body so I can open the front of the body without compressing the lower back. And as I'm ready to exhale, you see how the front of the body, the core, is leading the way. Okay. So let's take another two a little bit faster, so really on the breath. And it goes. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, upward dog. Broaden. Exhale, down dog. Again, let's move down into chaturanga. As I exhale, we're all the way down. So here you still feel that nice broad in the shoulders, yeah, and broadening, lifting the chest. And imagine you have like a line between both of your shoulders attached to the shoulder blades to each other's, rolling the shoulders back and away from the shoulders, away from the ears. And then as you come up, you can still feel that nice broad at the front of the chest. And as you're moving downward dog, the same. Okay. So you can pause here the video and do about 10 of those. You can do 10 really slow and then do 10 faster. But so that you find as well your own posture. Where are your hands and your feet? So that when you go into the movement, you don't micro move the hands of the feet, which I often see that when people move down, and I see them, they move the hands a little bit more. Well, see if you can point the toes, come up into your chaturanga, upward dog, and then move back into downward dog. Okay, so moving super slow, and at the same time as you move slow, you'll gain some strength, yeah, because it is quite challenging. Slow is quite advanced actually. Okay, now let's bring the left leg between our hands. So I inhale, I bend the left leg up. Slowly, so I can feel the nice opening into the back of the right leg. As I exhale, I bring it nicely into my hands. Again, press into your left hand. Come up into your low lunge. Bring both of your hands behind your head. So for me, I like to bring both my hands behind my head because I avoid to be led by the forehead and breaking the neck, but rather, again, that intention is to lengthen the front of the body. So here, start to feel a nice stretch around the right inner thigh, psoas, and then I allow my head to rest into my hands. Open the elbows to feel a nice chest opening as well. And then perhaps I move a little bit deeper with the hips forward. Yeah, it feels really nice. I press into my foot, come back to center. Let's move into side plank. So to move into side plank, same tripod position. You press into your right hand. You extend your right foot. And slowly you start to turn towards the left side. You can, with your index and middle finger, lift the left foot. And And slowly bring the left foot on top of the right, so it feels for you. And both of your arms the same in T. Let's take 5 breaths here. Our face is relaxed. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I come back. I grab the left toe. Inhale as I exhale. Put the left to right between my hands. Inhale here. Into down dog. Exhale, chaturanga. In upward dog. Exhale, down dog. Bending the right leg up. So then I feel a nice stretch into the back of the left leg. As I exhale, I bring my right foot between my hands, left knee down. Here, come up a little bit. Bring the hips forward slightly. Both of my hands in the back of my head. And the same here, I'll lengthen and I lift the chest towards the front, up. Eventually look up, but you see my neck is not broken, rather it follows nicely the spine, and perhaps I've moved the hips forward. So you can't see it, but I'm quite warm now. Pressing down into both of my feet, slightly engaging the glutes. Come back to center. And as I'm ready to move into a side plank from here, so I know myself quite well, present to my left hand. Start to lift myself off the floor. I grab the toe, and as I engage, press down, and bring the right leg on top of the left slowly. So I'm well rounded, I'm strong but yet relaxed. As you can see, you can still talk. My top leg is light. Take 5, another 2 breaths. And I like to grab my toe, inhale as I exhale. I bring it back down in between my hands. In into down dog. Exhale down into chaturanga. In up dog, exhale down dog. Come down onto the knees and all the way into the belly. So we're going to move into the bow pose. But first let's rest for 3 long breaths where you can really release all the muscles. So as you take those poses or those breaths, it's really a good opportunity to reconnect with the breath and also to observe all the body felt sense. Also cultivating that quality of present, being present, feeling the body, might be some hearts beating in different parts of the body or warmth. As the breath. Okay, let's move into the bow pose. So for this one, bring the chin down onto the mat, arms on each side of the body. Okay, I'm going to bend one leg at a time. Inhale, start to create a little bit of a space between the belly button area and the floor. So you're engaging slightly around the transverse, slightly around the perineum. Leave the chest off the floor, but still being aware of that nice alignment of both of the shoulders. And then grabbing under the ankle if it's possible. Here I'm going to flex the feet or the toes. Okay. And then here you create, I'm going to lift the knees off the floor by creating a slight tension with the legs pushing against your hands. And then the idea is to take 3 deep breaths here. A deep massage for the vital organs as well. Not to be done on a full stomach, you probably understand why. And then release. Again, in between each of those postures, just closing the eyes, observing the sensations felt in the body. Where can you feel the release of that posture? Any sensations along the spine? So for me it's clearly along the spine, some nice warmth, but no discomfort, no pain. I had to protect my lower back, my glutes were quite engaged. Okay, let's do it one more time here. Chin down on the floor. You bend one leg at a time, engaging right through the transverse, and then lift up the chest off the floor. Go and grab here your feet. If it's not possible for you, you feel too much pain in the lower back, I'd say start with one leg at a time, and then I flex my feet. I reach, bring my shin bones to perpendicular to the floor, lift the knees off the floor. Okay. Some deep belly breathing, as deep as you can go as you're really compressing the front. And release. So you see how it's also nicely open around the chest. They really contract, crunched back, crunched shoulders. In between the posture, observe as well how the body go into a much more relaxation and released posture. Okay. Now from here, bring your legs a little bit closer to each other. Let's move into child pose. So again, feeling that nice broadening and lifting of the chest. And nice alignment around the shoulders. Press down in to the floor and come into a child pose. Could be that you're opening both of the knees on each side of the mat, so that you allow yourself to go a little bit deeper down onto the floor, and then resting here for 3 breaths. And the same, closing the eyes, reconnecting with the breath, with the in and out, the body felt sense. And then coming up onto your heels. Okay. All right. So here, that's what I like to do to cool down, but also to stretch. So you may want to sit on a pillow, on a prop, on a meditation cushion, whatever you have at home. Right. Why do we sit on props? Well, for those who are quite stiff, depending on the length of your hamstring, you might feel that you're rolling down towards the sacrum, so like this, yeah? Crunched. But we want to try to, that's really what we want to avoid. We want to feel that we tilt from the hips towards the pubic bone, so that you see now you feel a nice length, so that you can lift the chest. Because it's difficult to lift the chest if you cannot tip forward. I mean, it doesn't go, it's really the movement in the hips. So also perhaps don't hesitate as well to bend the knees. That might help you to move. You see, I shift right from the back of the sitting bones towards the front to the pubic bones, and you see what happens right now with my spine. And then I can lift the chest. And so you really want to work from here. So here, I'm going to extend one leg. Okay, flex the leg, the right leg. We'll start with the right leg. I'm going to bring the left knee stack over the right knee, so that my left foot goes towards the right buttock. Okay. The same here, if you feel that you moving back towards the sacrum, keep the right leg bent a little bit, bring the knee up on top. Because what's important is you have this nice length in the spine. Okay, so for me I'm quite flexible, so I'm going to extend my leg. Then from here you can even bring the arms back to help you tilt forward a little bit, and then moving down. So my right leg is extended, and I can, as I move forward, I'm folding from the hips, not from the back. Yeah, you feel that difference? So when you fold forward, I want to keep that nice lift in the chest. Okay, I'll move a little bit further down. And the idea is to take 3 deep breaths. It's not about going all the way down and pushing yourself so hard that you cannot relax in the final posture. But it's rather going into this posture where when you flex your foot, I clearly feel it right from the under the toes, right at the top of the toes, sole of the foot, back of my legs, right into the insertion. I could go further down, but then I wouldn't be able to take those deep breaths, to talk, to be so relaxed. Okay, then coming back up. Before you switch over, don't hesitate to bend both of your legs and then allowing the knees to go towards the right and towards the left. Again, to observe the sensations, that to be with the body felt sensations. What are those shapes doing to you? Are they beneficial for your body? Okay. For me, I can clearly feel a sense of space, of warmth around the right leg. Now I'm going to do the left. So the same, I'll lengthen up. I can keep my legs bent and then I extend the left leg. I'm going to stack the right knee over the left. And just by doing that, I already feel it in the right hip. It's quite stiff this morning. So I bend a little bit more my left leg. Yes. And then I start to extend the leg, but without moving the upper body, yeah? And I fold forward a little bit, so you see I'm not going as far as the other one. I feel it in my right hip, right side of the hip, but also on the back of my left leg. And then I close the eyes and taking 3 deep breaths in and out. Closing the eyes also will allow you to tune into, to tap into the inner sensations, body felt sensations. Okay, and then slowly I come back up. And I release, I observe the sensations. And because we did the sequence we did before, I feel quite spacious around the hips, I feel quite warm. So it's also perfect to do after a run. I find it quite good to do after a run, or before a run actually. Yeah, I think now I'm just going to go for a run actually. Okay. Right, and that's it for today, so I hope you've enjoyed. Don't hesitate to leave me comments or anything you'd like me to explore, and then we can do it together. Thank you so much and see you soon. Bye bye.